Assalamu alaikum, namaste and vanakkam. Welcome back to my channel, Sameera Sherief. Alright guys, so as you all have already seen the title and thumbnail, today's video is going to be all about Grandparents Day. So what exactly happened last year and what are we going to do this year, it's all about that. So first things first, I posted a shorts on my YouTube channel and a lot of you commented on that, praying for Arhaan's recovery and all of those. Alhamdulillah, we are doing absolutely fine now. So that was last year. So last year during Grandparents Day, Arhaan and I tested COVID positive. It wasn't easy at all. Like the entire journey, because even I was positive, I was drained out, and obviously he was a little baby. He was hardly 10 months or 10 to 11 months old. He was extremely clingy. He wasn't feeling fine. He wasn't feeling comfortable. And the moment I spoke to doctor, obviously we couldn't go for personal checkup because both of us were positive, right? So I did take online checkup. So doctor asked me to keep wearing mask all the time, because though both of us are positive, the levels of virus might differ. So doctor didn't wanted me to infect Arhaan all the more, so he was asking me to wear mask all the time. Yes, of course, if the mother is COVID positive, she can still nurse the child, but wearing the mask on and taking all the precautions. But that both of us were positive, it did not make a lot of difference of me nursing him or no. But yes, I had to keep wearing mask all the time. But as you saw, Arhaan wasn't comfortable at all me wearing the mask, because if you see, by the time Arhaan was born, right before my delivery, there was a lot of wearing mask all the time and stuff. Even when he was little baby, like days old, I used to wear mask, and later the mask rule was off and we weren't wearing mask. So he never saw me wearing mask full time. So the moment he saw me covering my face like that, it was obviously very it wasn't pleasing for his eyes. So he was scared, he wasn't comfortable, he kept crying all the more. So I had to take off the mask, and it did take quite some time for us to recover, but alhamdulillah, we did recover very fast. I mean, alhamdulillah, I cannot thank Allah enough, because that phase of our life was genuinely very difficult, because Arhaan was the youngest child in the family who was COVID positive. In fact, we did have, COVID phase was definitely very tough for everybody, but alhamdulillah, did not affect our family as much as it did affect the entire rest of the world. Like, we did have COVID couple of times. The first time was in 2020 when I was positive, then again in 2021 when I was pregnant, my mom, dad were positive, and then in 2022 after having Arhaan, in the month of January, Tabasum had COVID positive, and right after that Arhaan, Appa and Jiju were COVID positive. And in the same year, in end of July and first week of August is when I and Arhaan were COVID positive. So we did have COVID a lot of times. Even though we did not step out a lot, even though we did not socialize so much, we did go on vacations, yes, of course, but never did we have COVID. But this phase, when it has to happen, it has to happen, right? The only thing we can do is take precautionary measures, and that's what I started doing. I started taking a lot of precautionary measures, and I made sure that this year nothing as such should happen. And the most important day that I was looking forward for was the Grandparents Day last year. But unfortunately, as we were COVID positive, we couldn't go, and my mom kept crying the entire event. And this year, the moment I got to know that we're going to have Grandparents Day, and the child was allowed to get all the grandparents, maternal and paternal, I was super excited. I was like, this time I have to make the most out of it. Both the grandparents, like the maternal and the paternal grandparents, are going to attend the Grandparents Day and make the most of it. So you'll get to see all that in this video, like all that fun that Arhaan did and stuff. But before that, I want to also share with you guys the couple of things that I have been doing to take the precautionary measures to keep Arhaan safe and protected. First things first, his food. Obviously, when the last time when he was COVID positive, he was mostly on breast milk, and yes, it did develop a lot of antibodies in his body, and that's how that helped a lot in recovering. But now that he's not, I do nurse him, but only in the nights. During the Grandparents, I used to nurse him during the days as well. Right now, I weaned him off. But then the main source of food is the solids, not the breast milk. Breast milk is just the complementary food that I give him, right? So apart from that, if there's something that I can do, is I give him turmeric milk. So I got this turmeric powder from the Little Cherry Mom. I'll try to leave its Instagram page. They have amazing turmeric for kids with amazing great ingredients, so you can start giving that to your child to build up their immunity, and also to keep our environment clean. In fact, there's a lot of virus in the air, right? To keep the air clean and fresh, I started started using an air purifier in my room because this is the place where we spend a lot of time. Let it be Arhaan, myself or Prince. Three of us spend a lot of time in our room. So I thought I should first things first, I should get an air purifier for our room because we don't even know that there are a lot of dust particles, there are a lot of virus that that comes in the air. And because we live in a society where there are a lot of constructions happening, like so many apartments are getting their interiors done. You can also hear the sound, right? So that ends up having a lot of pollution. So pollution also causes congestion, which gives them cough or cold and stuff. So to get rid of all of that, one solution that I found out was definitely air purifier. So I'll probably show you guys the air purifier that I'm using because I'm sure this is going to be useful for all you guys out there. If you have a pet at home or elders in your home or the little babies like how I have in my home, this purifier is definitely gonna help you all to keep yourself hygienic, healthy and fit. So without wasting any further time, let's first take a look at the air purifier that I have been using. So this is the air purifier that I've been using, guys. This is AGARO's Imperial Air Purifier and this is made for home, bedrooms and offices. Wherever you are comfortable, you can place this. So the best about this is it has this indicator. So now that you can see it is orange, right? Orange light means it is fairly good air, but it will turn into green in no time. Like it purifies the entire air that is around in this room and turns it into green, which means the air is fabulously clean. And sometimes it also shows red. Red means it has poor air quality and it's going to purify the air. And it also has a couple of different features. So I'll talk to you guys about all the features that we have here. So here is the power and everything works on touch. This is power, very simple and very efficient. And the moment you turn it on, it will take some time to analyze the air that is there in the room. So it's going to turn on and show us the filtration. And talking about filtration, it comes with 7 stages of filtration and covers 400 square feet of the space. So I have, as I said, I have kept in this room, but it covers 400 square feet of the space. And the filters have 8,005 hours of life, which means if you're running it 24/7, it will last you for about an year. And obviously we don't run it 24/7, right? In case if you want to turn it off, you can always do it manually, but we also have a timer right here, which again comes from 1 hour to 12 hours. So depending on your usage, depending on how purified the room is or how unhygienic the air in the room is, you can set the timer according to your wish and will. And the best that I like about this is it has a child lock. So when you press the child lock, no key is gonna work. So your child cannot play with the purifier. So good and so efficient. I generally play it in the auto mode. As you can see, now it has orange light. And it comes with a UV sterilizer, and we also have 3 levels of fans. This is level 1, level 2 and level 3. So 3 levels of fan speed and the sleep mode, timer and ionizer. So I usually keep it in level 1 because that is enough to purify this space. So this air purifier removes up to 99.99% of pollutants, bacteria, virus and removes PM01 particles. So this is definitely very efficient. So now that I showed you guys about the overall structure, now you can see the light is green, which means the air that is present in the room is completely purified and clean. So now I'll show you guys the filters that it comes with. First, obviously we'll have to turn it off. To see and remove the filters also, it is super easy. So it also comes with the indication. So this side comes forward. So we have 1, then 2. This is pre-filter, guys. This is cold filter. It has activated carbon filter and also antibacterial filter. And then comes the next one. This is the green true HEPA filter. Now this allows the UV light and ional, which is one another great thing in this. Now let's fix it back. Again, this is very simple. As I said, comes for 360 days if you run it 24/7. The most convenient part about this air purifier is it also comes with a remote, so we can just be there on the bed and also operate the air purifier. Mainly the best that I like is the sleep mode, where all the lights are off and doesn't disturb Arhaan's night, the bedtime, because you guys know that I keep the room pitch dark during the bedtime and I don't want any light source that is hitting him or making the room bright. So the sleep mode is something that I swear by. I'll probably leave the turmeric powders and the air purifiers link in the description. You can go and check it out, and trust me guys, you will thank me later. Anyway, now let's go and see all that we did on Grandparents' Day, because this day is definitely special and we had to make it memorable. Hira's Grandparents' Day celebration at school. Are you excited? Mummy, are you excited? Are you excited, Hira? All the 4 grandparents आने वाले हैं हीरा के साथ. Yeah. Daddy.
Hi.
Grandparents Day celebrations at school. Are you excited?
But
First time Arhaan के साथ जा रहे. Otherwise you visited already Aira के साथ.
yeah, I have visited with Arhaan now. But I am with Arhaan.
All the best.
Thank you.
All the best, Mummy.
Thank you.
It was definitely very exciting for us, especially for me. I wanted to make this day as memorable as possible. As usual, as soon as we reached the school, all the didis welcomed us. So technically, even the teachers would be standing here, like the entire faculty. But we were too early before the time because it was a Saturday, and I was assuming like every weekday it would be very busy, like the traffic and stuff. Also because it's a rainy season, there was a lot of waterlogging, so I was wondering if we might get late. But luckily we were the first ones to be there, and this is how they welcomed. They gave this beautiful rose flower to the grandmas and a beautiful badge for the grandpas which said Super Grandpa. It was my dream to see my mom and Arhaan in the school campus like this, and the rose had this tag which said, "I'm a grandma, what is your superpower?" Entire faculty was wearing black with a badge which said, "We love grandparents," and grandpas had this beautiful badge which said Super Grandpa. They also arranged this ramp walk for the grandparents to walk along with their little ones. This was so beautiful to see Arhaan walking with mommy and daddy like this. They played beautiful music encouraging the grandparents to dance, swing along and walk the ramp. And guess what? Everybody, all the didis and all the miss, everybody were encouraging them, clapping for them. They were just, everybody were cherishing the moment along with us. So I obviously wanted to capture myself as well that particular day, because I wanted to keep this as a memory. And quickly showing you guys the decor that they created. So this said, "A walk to remember with grandparents," and they had this beautiful art done by the faculty themselves. I'm so happy. I'm sure you guys are equally happy to see Papa and Mummy as well in the video like this. Arhaan with both his grandparents, like the maternal and paternal. It was also the time for them to walk the ramp. So Anwar Jan came along with mom and Papa, and I was with Mummy Daddy. And this is one of the beautiful thing that I could capture. Mummy, Daddy, Mummy and Papa with Arhaan walking the ramp. Alhamdulillah, I feel very blessed for me and Arhaan to be able to witness this day, to be able to have this in our life. Alhamdulillah, can't thank Allah enough. I will end up getting emotional, so just wanted to make the most out of it. So Mummy, Papa walking with Arhaan, Mummy, Daddy walking with Arhaan, all the 4 walking with Arhaan, and then just both the Nani and Dadi walking with Arhaan. So Arhaan was very excited. He was holding Papa's hand and showing Papa the entire school, his classroom and where he spent the most of his time. So as you can see, a lot of grandparents, all the grandparents were so excited for their little ones. This is something that I was literally cherishing. Technically, parents were not allowed inside. It was just the grandparents' day, but I wanted to make it memorable. So I asked the faculty if I can just capture a few snippets so I can make this day memorable and also share the same with you guys. In case if you guys are planning to get your child enrolled, then Ekam is one of the beautiful places. Like you guys know that Arhaan has been a part of this school ever since he was 9 months old, and I see a lot of development in him. They did conduct some fun games with the grandparents, and now it was time for my mother-in-law.
Yeah, hi. Wish you all a very, very happy Grandparents' Day to each and everyone. Question is, what is one similarity between your child and grandchild? Actually, there is no similarity between my child and my grandchild. Lot of similarity between him and me. We laugh a lot and we have a beautiful smile. What's it, Arhaan? Yes? So, similarity between you and me? Yes, not my son and me.
Good morning everyone, all the grandparents. Happy Grandparents' Day. Oh Ram Sam Sam, oh Ram Sam Sam, goli 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 Ram Sam Sam. Oh Ram Sam Sam, oh Ram Sam Sam, goli 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 Ram Sam Sam. Arawi, arawi, goli 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 Ram Sam Sam. Arawi, arawi, goli 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 Ram Sam Sam, goli 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 Ram Sam Sam. Arawi, yeah you know.
So I just wanted to leave the audio just how it is so that you guys will get to know the amount of efforts the entire faculty put in to arrange this event for the grandparents to make them feel special. They had amazing grandparent songs, some music being played. They made all the grandparents dance along with the little one. It was such an amazing thing to see my mom, dad, my mother-in-law and father-in-law along with Arhaan like this enjoying the day, alhamdulillah. So I tried to capture the most of it and share the same with you guys. So initially it was just some singing and dancing along with the games, like they had some tasks to perform, answer a few questions with the grandchild or about the grandchild. It was a fun thing to watch. They all enjoyed the day. Right after the music session, they laid a lot of activities across the school, and this is Arhaan's class. So Arhaan took mom, dad and mummy, papa to his classroom and showed his classroom. They all played around, they all ran around the class. He was showing all the activities that he has in his classroom, and this was a beautiful decor. This is one of my most favorite place that they created at the entrance. So it had all the names that one would call their grandparents with, and then this was the painting activity, and Arhaan loves painting. So they had a lot of different tools to paint with. He was showing everybody, like all the 4 grandparents of his, how he paints, how he enjoys in the classroom. So all the 4 were sitting along with him and enjoying, cherishing him do the activities. They also had this beautiful corner created for photos. So we did click some photos at this photo booth with both his grandparents, and this is such a beautiful decor. And trust me guys, every time whatever the event is, ACOM does its decor all by itself and doesn't hire anyone from the outside. Like the entire faculty sits and does it. So that is something that I really love. And then they had this beautiful activity wherein the child is asked to place some flowers to the grandma's hair. So that's what mummy and mom were asking Arhaan to do. And this was another activity that they had, paint the nails. So they were painting the nails with this beautiful color, and of course they are babies, they end up painting everywhere. Then we had this beautiful corner which was the tic-tac-toe. So first mom and mummy played this tic-tac-toe, and it was fun to watch them. I was asking my dad and papa to play. At the beginning they were like, no, I wouldn't. Mainly papa was not interested because he's not very extrovert like how the other 3 are. He's a very introvert person. But then after all of us kept telling him karo, like literally within seconds he ended up the game. It was so much fun to watch them do all the activities. Then this was the last activity that Arhaan did, wherein he was asked to place his handprints. So I asked mom and mummy to do it with them so that it's going to remain for life as a memory. They did give us this paper at home, so I have this. I got this back home. After all the activities, they also arranged for some refreshments. We had some samosas, sweet and dhokla and all that stuff along with tea. And then the entire faculty wanted to click pictures with mom, so they did click some pictures with me, and mom had some amazing time and said bye to everybody. It was time to get started. Like we started back home, and the most beautiful thing that you'll get to see in this video is this particular shot where my mom and mother-in-law are hugging each other. This is my most favorite bit, and with this favorite bit I'll probably end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll see you all soon in a brand new video. Until I'll see you next, lots of love.